Hey friends, I just wanted to update you guys that I'm raising money to be a part of Youth with a Mission. And for those of you that don't know, in the last year, I've been in Kansas City, a part of the International House of Prayer. And I've spent a good portion of my time there reading the Word and praying and sitting before the Lord hours and hours a week. And then I spent some time serving at the prayer room in the inner city, and it was life-changing. And thank you all who have supported me so much, whether that be through prayer or partnering with me financially, because it's probably the most critical season of my life. As I moved to Kansas City by stepping out on what I believe to be God's will for my life, I can truly say that by spending so much time just sitting before the Lord, that it really fueled the fire in me to see lost people encounter Jesus and his life-transforming power. And I did get to see a good measure of that, especially while serving in the inner city. But the longer that I've spent just sitting before the Lord, the more burden that I've been feeling for the nations. And I really feel like I've laid a hold of a vision far greater than myself. And like Jeremiah in the Old Testament, who's a prophet who actually partnered in God's lament over Israel's failure and brokenness and sin, I feel like the Lord allowed me to partner in a small measure on how he feels over every lost person just ready to receive the good news and life-changing power of the simple gospel. And I would say that my burden really intensified when I went to the Send back in February. And it was there that I saw about 60 to 70,000 young believers just like me that were just caught up with the desire to know Jesus and make him known to the nations. As it was a picture of the fulfillment of a prophetic word given by Lou Engle, that Billy Graham's mantle would actually be placed on a whole generation of young believers. He called it the faceless generation. And he prophesied that they would be faithful with the simple gospel, and millions would come and be swept into the kingdom just like that. And when I was there, I feel like I just caught a glimpse of that and I saw it. And it was like overlooking the Grand Canyon, seeing the bigness and vastness of God's creation. And I was just so overcome, and I felt how small that I am and how big God is and how big his plan is, and that it really isn't about me. But in that moment, I felt God's loving invitation to be a part of it. And I believe that the result of the kingdom being advanced through missions will be nothing less than a mass celebration in heaven over every prodigal and lost son that comes into the kingdom. Therefore, I believe that my next step will be me attending the discipleship training school known as Fire and Fragrance in Kona, Hawaii. As I've been praying, I felt more and more burdened for Nepal, as I've heard countless stories of real breakthrough, as the people there are so hungry for the real thing. And I know God wants to just show up and just lavish them with his extravagant love. The cost for the school and the outreach will be about $9,000, and I've already fundraised about $2,000, but I still have a bit of ways left to go. So if you want to give to me and financially partner with me in the vision that I believe that God has given me, you can donate through PayPal, which is my email, StephenRobertsRhythm@gmail.com, or my Cash App tag, StephenRoberts51. And if there's any other ways that you would like to give, just let me know in the comments or directly message me. I also want to do this for my brother Ethan, who just passed away. You know, he was the most generous guy that I knew, and I knew he had such a passion for the nations. And his plan was to go back to his country where he was born, Myanmar, and plant churches there. And I know I'm definitely going to be doing that. So I believe that my next step in joining Ywam is essential for me carrying that torch of apostolic ministry and church planting that my brother carried in his heart. And I know if he was still here that he would have backed me up all the way, because he did it when I was in Kansas City. And I really want to do this in honor of him. And I know that he had such a heart for the outcast and the most rejected. And I know that he always went out of his way to make sure that those people knew that they were loved. And I know that if he was still here, that he would be completely pouring his life into making Jesus known to those that need him most. So the harvest is plentiful and the laborers are so few. So let's do this together, guys. Bless you.